Box office dialogue starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Box Office Dialogue with your host,
Emperor Xander.
Red Lantern 24.
and now your host, Emperor Xander.
Hello, and welcome to Box Office Dialogue. I'm your host, Emperor Xander, and with me always is Andrea, Red Lantern 24.
Hello, Emperor Xander. How are you doing today?
I am doing quite fine, and today we have a special guest with us. Can you please introduce yourself, sir?
Hello, folks. My name's Edward. I'm just Edward. No, I don't sparkle. And, I actually know Red Lantern on a scale, but still.
Don't we
Yes.
all know Red Lantern by now?
I'd hope so. Yes, Edward here is joining us as a special guest host. He is a co-volunteer, co-worker with me at C2E2. And so we've worked the con together now 3 years, is it, Ed?
For me, 3 years. For you, it's been there for 4 years.
Yeah, I've been there for 4. I'm saying we've worked together.
Yeah.
So, Ed, we're just so glad that you are on for this show. It's our 3rd episode.
Tress.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and there's a big to do that I'm gonna be talking about at the end of this episode. So anybody who's listening, be prepared for that. Otherwise, you have anything to say, or do you want to dive into it, Emperor Xander?
Yes, let's go into the topics of tonight. What are those topics again?
Well, first off, we're going to begin by doing a honor to Roger Ebert. Those who have not heard by now, Roger Ebert passed away on April 4th, it was. Let me check my calendar. Yes, April 4th. It was last Thursday, and Roger Ebert coined the phrase 2 thumbs up and was very much important in the movie world and really helped me alone understand what it meant to review a movie wisely, think through what it makes a good movie. And so we are going to do a tribute to him by going over a list of, I think I have about 10 movies here, roughly, where we will simply mention the movie, give a quick synopsis if we need to of what it's about, and do either 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs down. We'll go around. Each of us will kind of explain why we said up or down. Hopefully nobody will try and kill each other.
I don't know. I think killing each other is very likely.
Well, if Robert, Siskel and Roper could survive each other, and they fought quite a few times, I'm rather certain the 3 of us can.
Well, I don't know about that killing part. I mean, did anyone hear about the last post that Ebert had? He posted the host right after he passed away. That's a little...
Still working even while he's on the grave. That's what makes it great.
So yes, let's get this started immediately.
Yes, I'll read off the first movie. The first movie we're going to review, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is a 1980s movie starring Michael Keaton, directed by Tim Burton, one of my favorite directors, about a poltergeist. Plain and simple, a goofy, comical poltergeist. I am a huge Tim Burton fan, and this is one of the top movies I remember seeing at a young age. Oddly enough, my parents let me watch it when I was like 6. Why they'd let someone watch a movie like this when you were 6, I don't know, but I did. And so I have to say, based on the actors that are in it, the time that it was filmed in, you had people like not only Michael Keaton, but you had Winona Ryder and one of the Baldwin brothers and Gina Davis. It's beautiful. I got to give this 2 thumbs up, personally. Edward?
Well, I'm gonna, sadly to say this, I'm gonna have to put 1 thumbs down and 1 thumbs up. As many times as any of us seen it, I for one seen it like nearly 60 times. And there's that one line that Michael Keaton's saying about The Exorcist. As many times as seen it, it's funnier every time I don't know. It's just also there was like zero feeling from them, and the only person that was more alive was Winona Ryder's character. So yeah, 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down.
I would have to agree with Red Lantern. 2 thumbs up because it was a comical genius at its time and great special effects for its time. And it did everything right. Even had a spin-off cartoon show. So yes, 2 thumbs up. All right, next on the list, what would that be?
Edward, what's next on our list? Go ahead, have a look.
Well, second one is on the list, and this is one of my brother's favorites. Boondock Saints. Now, this particular one deals with two brothers, religious
Irish
zealots.
brothers. Irish twin brothers, to be
And
precise.
this movie deals with hitmen taking on jobs that are easily, and they bring along a friend along. I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and I would honestly say I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up because, to be honest, it's the only time I've ever seen Willem Dafoe put on a dress and be a drag in a movie. So that's my reason for the 2 thumbs up.
Willem Dafoe. Cross-dressing.
Wait.
I would have to give this 2 thumbs up because it is freaking awesome movie. And it pretty much describes me and my 2 best friends who are both Irish twins. So this is the story of my life.
Nice.
How I got turned upside down. So yes, 2 thumbs up. It's gun porn. That's all you need to know.
Well, I have to say that this is very interesting. This is full way around. Another 2 thumbs up on my end as well. This movie was really spurred on a lot of greatness. Not only was Willem Dafoe amazing in this role, and yeah, it was really kind of interesting to see him put on a dress. Wasn't expecting that. The entire theme and idea of these brothers not going after just anybody, not just being mass murderers, but killing those who have done great, horrible crimes. Now, I'm not condoning that. I'm saying it made for a really good
Go
story,
out
and-
today, kids. Buy some guns. Kill some criminals. Do it now.
And we do
You
not
have the
condone-
box office dialogue sign of approval.
We here at Box Office Dialog do not condone vigilantism in any way, shape, or form. We are very happy and grateful for our fine men in the blue uniform. Thank you, police officers, for doing your job.
I didn't say we didn't approve police officers.
No, but you're approving vigilantism, and we can't.
So do you not approve of Batman?
Batman's a fictional character.
But he's also a vigilante. So do you
But he
not
doesn't
approve
kill.
of Batman?
But he doesn't kill.
It doesn't make a difference. He's still a vigilante. Vigilante.
And can you really be considered vigilante when the cops are calling you in to help them out?
Yes.
No.
You are not part of the
No.
police force, and you are taking the law into your own hands. By definition, that is a vigilante. Thus, actually, even technically, if you want to get really technical about it, even Superman's a vigilante.
Every superhero's a vigilante. Mine is.
Yep.
There is one I know that works for the government. Iron Man.
Yeah. So yeah,
I thought it was.
if you approve of superheroes, you approve of vigilante. Actually, I guess Hal Jordan wouldn't be a vigilante because he technically works for the
come
Green
on,
Lantern
now,
Corps
who's a
because
cop in that?
they're like the
No.
space cops. So yeah, he wouldn't technically be a vigilante.
Yeah, that's right. You leave my lanterns alone.
I said the Green Lanterns, not the Red Lanterns. The Red Lanterns are a bunch of criminals.
I may be called Red Lantern, but I support my green.
Anyway, back to the reviews. I think the
yeah,
next
so,
one was
like
X-Men.
you all said, go ahead, wait. What is the next movie we're on?
X-Men.
Original X-Men. Why don't you give us a synopsis of it and tell us your views first?
Well, the original X-Men was back in 2000, I believe,
That sounds about right.
starring Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, and the famous Patrick Stewart, where they had to fight their evil Magneto, played by Sir Ian McKellen. First successful comic book movie since the Batman Returns. Actually, no, wait. Batman Forever actually did well, but yeah, it was the first successful movie since then. It restarted the comic book movies, and it hasn't really stopped since.
Yeah, the success of X-Men really.
So
really
yeah,
brought out
in case you didn't know what my score is gonna be, 2 thumbs up.
Okay. I personally have to say with this, I mean, I guess compared to the others, this is best. This is one of the best. I think I'm probably at 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down. I wasn't a fan of the storyline with Sandra Kelly. I felt that could have been adjusted better. Also, the subtle glimpse of Hank McCoy on the TV, not as Beast, and then suddenly showing up again as Beast 2.
Spoilers for our next one.
I just felt that they really they set things up well, but they didn't follow up with them well going forward. And so it's like you shouldn't have thrown things in there when like they did. But so yeah, it's 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down for me. Edward?
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Andy. One thumb up, 1 thumb down. Because how they approach this is
Edward?
I would have to totally disagree with you.
with Rogue, who's now Marie, and Hugh Jackman character Logan in Canada. And well, that's the thumbs down part. Thumbs up part is yes, you're right. This is the first ever group comic book movie that has ever been first made because we wouldn't have seen another one like until a few years, like nearly a decade later with Avengers.
Well, there were
Right.
group movies between that. We had the horrible Fantastic Four movies, don't forget that.
Well, I just want to forget a little bit about those.
Those to me are like Batman and Robin. They don't fully exist in the comic book movie world.
There are a few flubs
and I-
along the way.
Yeah. So, who's gonna take the next one?
So our next step, since we've kind of touched on it, we just did X-Men, and I'm almost tempted to throw in X-Men. I actually think I'm going to do this, because I'm going to throw in X-Men 2. And we're gonna
some
do all
improv here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Improv here.
Hey, hey, you guys gotta be thinking on the seat of your pants. You guys will be fine. It's not like we're off topic fully. X-Men 2. So X-Men 2, following up of the original X-Men. X-Men 2, which was called X-Men United, I believe, was the subtitle for it. Picked up not long after the first one. Senator Kelly's been replaced by Mystique, basically. And Magneto has been arrested and is in a plastic prison, which was so weird.
Would you put him in a metal prison? No.
Touche. This one introduced actually my favorite character, but I wasn't a fan of, again, it's a one thumbs up, one thumbs down. And so my favorite character was introduced, my favorite X-Men character was introduced, and that would be
Lady Deathstrike.
Nightcrawler. Lady Deathstrike? Really, Xander?
It's a joke.
What they did with him, just they made his character very true to the thing, but the whole Stryker thing, I felt like they were trying to mix two storylines with that. At least that's how I felt about it. Edward?
Well, I'm going to honestly have to say 2 thumbs up for this one. Yeah, they did introduce Nightcrawler, which is awesome. But they also introduced a love connection between Iceman and Rogue, and a feuding rival between Pyro and Iceman. And the whole Stryker storyline actually fits kind of better with X-Men Origin, which, by the way, don't add.
I'm not gonna, don't worry.
Which brings the whole idea of what Logan's all about, from how he became a guy who was like focal point on wars and everything to where he becomes somewhat leader in the second.
I would have to give this 2 thumbs up because the dynamics between Iceman and Pyro, which I've said in the previous episode, was done very well, and I don't really have to say anything else because you guys said it already.
Alright, and Wade, what is the next one on the list?
X-Men 3! Starring Halle Berry, Hugh Jackman, the same cast. I'm probably one of the few people who actually like this movie, but it wasn't as good as... But, have to say, best character casting of all time for Beast.
Kelsey Grammer, yes.
Yes, Kelsey Grammer was the ideal Beast, and I'm kind of... Did they announce that he'll be in Days of Future Past?
I haven't seen anything about that yet. I can look into that.
I have my fingers crossed that he'll be in that one, because we really need him back.
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying to get... Okay, we can talk on Days of Future Past later in the show.
Yeah, I know. Back to X-Men 3.
X-Men 3, yeah.
So thumbs up, thumbs down.
For you, is it 1 and 1, Wade, or...
Yeah.
All right, Edward?
I'm gonna honestly say 1 thumbs down, 1 thumbs up. Is because how Rogue's powers was removed, and it doesn't show that it would be a temporary fix, because how the end show that Magneto moved that little chess piece on the board. I mean, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, I'm sure that Days of Future Past will get into that. I think I have to go with 1 up and 1 down as well. Up definitely being the whole Kelsey Grammer's being in the role of Beast just made this movie. I think I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, because the things I didn't like were, like, Juggernaut's storyline was completely changed, and I hated that. Like, I loved the villain of the Juggernaut. And I feel
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
They threw a lot of villains into this movie, and did not, and villains who have great origin and stories, and just threw them in there to have something in there. It's like, we just got to get stuff in. It's like,
I can see where you're coming from that, but I think they actually did it well they were going to have a bunch of villains like they did. They did it well. So you don't have exposition going on and on.
I get that, but the Juggernaut is...
Yeah, I know. He's
he's Charles Xavier's brother, and he's not a mutant. He gains his power from the armor and gem that's in the armor that he wears. They completely changed who he was. And that frustrated me, because his storyline was really a unique storyline. The other thing that disappointed me is that they've been talking about, all this government mutant registration, all that stuff throughout the movies. And it's like, well, if you're going to do that, then show us the Sentinels. And the most that we got was, like, the head of a Sentinel in the war room at the beginning of the movie. And even then, it wasn't, like, explicit. I'm like, come on, give me some Sentinels,
Maybe Days of Future Past. Who knows?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. All right. Edward, what's our next movie on the list?
Well, this one is actually a family favorite. This is actually a little personal for me. It's the Princess Bride. The storyline deals with a grandfather and grandson. Grandson's like sick and wants to hear or play video games and whatnot. No, the grandfather told his grandson that he's going to read him a story. And sure enough, the title of the book is actually the title of the movie. And it goes with the whole damsel in distress, hero this, hero that. And the favorite part of the favorite sentence that I love about that movie is, as you wish, that the farm boy always tells Princess every time she asks him to do something for him. And then the story progressed that she's his one true love and whatnot. And then, I don't know, pretty much it's not only awesome, also had Andre the Giant in there. 2 thumbs up.
And also had Billy Crystal in there and Christopher Guest. It was loaded. Huh? Say it again?
Carrie Elways.
Carrie Ellis, yes. This is Robin Wright, who then became Robin Wright Penn, and now back to Robin Wright. She changed her name a lot. She's got to stop getting married and divorced. This is her first starring role. She played Princess Buttercup. I'm right there with you. This is 2 thumbs up. This is one of those staple movies that are just great and enjoyable to watch. I'll admit, used to throw a Princess Bride party where we just get together, play a few games, and watch the movie. Yeah, it was fun. Hang out and watch the movie as a group. So, just trying to get that started again.
Yep,
What about you, Wade?
I have to give it 2 thumbs up on quote value alone.
Yeah.
This is the most quotable movie next to Airplanes that I can think of, and it's just enjoyable. So yeah, next one.
Alright, our next movie, we are actually I was thinking about separating these out, but I think that these next 2, it's better to bring them as a whole, because I feel like the storyline only work well like that. And so we're doing the original Star Wars trilogy. And so Star Wars takes place in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Follows the life of a farm boy named Luke Skywalker as he discovers his true purpose in life, which is killing his father. Really what it comes down to in the long run. I have to say, the creation of George Lucas's film starting, really spurred on careers for a lot of people. Mark Hamill just became hugely widely known because of this, same as Carrie Fisher.
Harrison Ford.
James Earl Jones' voice for Darth Vader, which is awesome. Oddly enough, interesting side note, the guy playing Darth Vader was British, and so voices were dubbed over, and so he's speaking in a British accent and saying these very Darth Vader lines that aren't intimidating sounding at all in a very British voice.
Okay, go Death!
It was cool. I got to hear it must have been quite funny. I'm like, that's awesome. But it gave you such iconic things, like the greatest.
No, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't say that, but
that right there, one of the greatest turn points in a movie trilogy ever. Unexpected twist. I didn't kill your father. I am your father. Just what, dude? What?
It's a good twist.
It's a great twist.
Yep.
And so I'm giving this 2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I'd give it more. Wade, your thoughts?
I have to give it 2 thumbs down, because it's probably the worst series of all time.
We're no longer friends.
I was using my douchey voice, in case you didn't notice. But yeah, what can I add to what you said? It was a great series, 2 thumbs up.
Well, for me, it's going to be separate.
Say that again?
Each movie. Pretty much, thumbs up, thumbs down, because that was, the first one, The New Hope, 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down, because that was balls when they killed his aunt and uncle. But it kind of makes sense, because how can you leave the farm without them knowing? Which I'm not condoning anyone, or any of our viewers or listeners to run away.
I condone it. Run away as fast as you can. Become a space knight wielding laser sword. But that's the only excuse for running away from home.
Yeah, that would give my thumbs up part, because you'll be following what your father has left you behind. He leaves you your weapon, your skills. All you need to do is just follow. That was that one. The second one, I think it was Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I'm going to do another thumbs up, thumbs down, because it was a surprise that it was actually his father instead of him killing his father. But the bad side is, dude, you put Han and Carbonite, and Return of the Jedi, both thumbs up, because you get little shits kicking people in armor with rocks and sticks.
What?
And not,
I call bullshit on that. I always call bullshit on that. Stone Age technology cannot even beat modern day technology. Fuck your shit.
I know, but
I hate movies like that. That's why I hate Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Because the gorillas never would have beaten us because we would have fucking nuked that city if we had gorillas that were rising up against us. Even if... And little teddy bears? Come on. They can't beat trained stormtroopers.
hey, the Ewoks are awesome, man.
Ewoks
bad
suck.
Ewoks.
Ewoks
That's
suck.
their own movie, man.
Ewoks
They
suck.
did, yeah. God's honor. I will post it on Box Office Dialog once we're done with this. I'll post the movie information for that. It's funny, but yeah,
No.
Oh yeah, I have plans on reviewing the Ewok movies themselves, and they suck.
I didn't say the movies are great. I'm just saying they got their own movies. I don't see.
I know that
I
it
don't see
sucks.
Wookiees getting their own movies, man. Come on now.
Oh.
Did you see that? A Wookiee.
Yeah, you want to hear that for 2 hours? No, you don't want to. That's exactly why Wookiees haven't gotten their own video game either.
Oh, that's nice. All right. Moving on. Xander, what is our next?
While we're on the topic of Star Wars, why don't we talk about the prequels?
So you begin.
Alright, let's start with Phantom Strikes Back, I think. Or, no, wait. What's the name? Phantom something. Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is the name of the first one, and I have to give it a thumbs down and a thumbs up, because it was poorly written, but it had Darth Maul. Darth Maul is the only reason it gets one thumb up. The second one, 2 thumbs sideways, because it was...
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. It was very meh. Even with the amazing actor that is known for his many roles, which I should not even need an introduction for him. But yeah, even Count Dooku didn't even get it above thumbs up. It's a meh. But Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith gets 2 thumbs up. Great movie. Love General Grievous. Love the whole movie.
Nice. Edward?
Well, I'm gonna have to give Phantom Menace 2 thumbs up because that's how it kind of begins. Of how there was like people in United Nations and whatnot, United Planets, and there's like this little mysterious force that would like make a break out of it or crack it because that's like to me it's like awesome knowing that there was an evil and there was a good, and good triumphed over evil for a short time, and then evil came back with a vengeance. So thumbs up on the first one. Second one is a thumbs up, thumbs down, because I, for one, have never seen a Sith able to take on 2 Jedis and I think cut off one of their arms.
Yes, you did. You saw it in the first movie. And it wasn't just his arm. He cut him in half.
But that's in half, not the arm.
He didn't cut him in half. He dissolved. Obi-Wan dissolved into the Force at the end. He completely disappeared.
What? Obi-Wan didn't dissolve in that, unless you mean Qui-Gon Jinn.
No, Qui-Gon.
You're talking about Phantom Menace. I thought you were talking about the original.
No, we're on the new
Episode 1. Yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn got cut in half.
And getting back to my third one, 2 thumbs down.
Really?
I mean, that blows.
What? You give 2 thumbs up to Phantom Menace, but 2 thumbs down to
Revenge of the Sith?
Well,
Revenge of the Sith had no Jar Jar Binks except at the end, and he didn't even say a line. That's how they learned from their mistake. It was action-packed and it was awesome. And it set up for the 4th movie perfectly.
Xander, let him speak.
I was just making my point first.
I have to agree with you on that one. Ender, I have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, it did set the 4-1 right up. But it kind of blows because Padme could have at least lived, took one of the children, and lived on that little planet before it got blew up, you know? Without revealing who her actual father was or whatever. But no, they had to kill her off just to bring out Luke and Leia. That's like, But then again, you know...
If she survived, Vader would have been able to sense her, and he would have hunted her down, and he would have known, oh, crap, you did have children. The Emperor lied to me. Then the story would be fucked up. That's why she had to die.
Alright, let me dive into this before you guys kill each other. Let's see. I have to do one thumb up, one thumb down for the first movie. It was a great kickoff. The overall, it was a story that in many ways we already knew coming. We knew that roughly that he started off training as a Jedi and eventually became bad. And so it's not like there's any major surprises coming from the story. Number 2, which was Attack of the Clones, I actually have to give this 2 thumbs up, specifically because I was really appreciative of the fact that they touched on this. If you guys remember back in episode 4, the original one, New Hope, Obi-Wan mentions the Clone War, and it's just a side note little line at the beginning in the movie when he's talking to Luke before they've head off Tatooine. And I love the fact that not only did they come back to it, but they showed explanation of what the clones were. Like, just the discovery that the clones were stormtroopers. These stormtroopers that we see through those first 3 movies were created by a Jedi to originally protect the government. So just that irony there, I just really liked. And I enjoyed the story overall. Like, to watch Yoda flip out was awesome. Like, I never thought I'd see Yoda jumping off wall, lightsaber in his hand. I'm used to Puppet Yoda of the original series. So to see that, I was just like, okay, I gotta give you good there. And I have to go one up, one down with Revenge of this set. I thought it did well setting up, but one of the things that I was kind of sad about was the fact that they ignored the third one, Return of the Jedi, in a conversation that Luke and Leia had, where Luke goes, "Do you remember your mother?"
Well,
Leia goes,
she didn't know it wasn't her real mother. It was her adopted mother who died.
No, because her parents were both alive when her adopted parents were both alive until they got blown up.
No, her adopted father was still alive, not her adopted mother.
No, I'm rather saying both because she says she remembers her birth. He goes, because he makes it emphasis like, "Do you remember your mother, your actual mother?" And she goes, "A little bit. I remember that she was beautiful. And if she's a baby, she wouldn't be able to see her." Like,
she doesn't know that she was adopted, though. She thought her adopted mother was her real mother.
No, she knew, because the way she approached her life, it was clear.
No, they made no such comparison. I've watched it recently. They made no such claim that it wasn't that her birth mother was.
This is how I am. I mean, this is how I feel. I feel that it was, they should have touched on that or explain that better in there. And I mean, overall, I thought there was a lot of good to it. Something I loved is the explanation of why is the Skywalker family so important. The Emperor clearly makes this emphasis of the Skywalkers joining him, and so giving an explanation of Luke or Anakin apparently coming through him will bring balance to the Force was just a unique idea.
Because Anakin is Jesus.
No, because balance does not mean good over evil. Balance means an equal balance between good and evil. Neither one overpowering the other. Jesus is pure good.
I'm joking. I was making fun of virgin birth.
Anyways, we're gonna edit that out. Future Wayne, hi.
Shut up.
So that's my overarching thing. Whose turn is it now? Me. Our next movie. Let's move on to the next stuff, shall we? Or do you guys have anything else you want to say about Star Wars?
No, I'm ending my part on Star Wars.
I am looking forward to episode 7.
Episode 7, a new series.
Trust me, it's gonna be good. I know one of the head writers. She's my cousin. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Oh, great. Your cousin's a head writer. I now feel horrible about this series now.
She's a great writer. Thank you very much, Xander.
All right, let's go on.
Jurassic Park. So I threw this in here because obviously Jurassic Park is now out in theaters with 3D, and I'm gonna go see it again. But I love this movie. The story is about a guy named Hammond who basically clones dino DNA from a dead mosquito, however that works, and creates a drastic amount of dinosaurs and puts them in a park as if it's like a zoo for people to come and view them. The park breaks down because of another guy, and the dinosaurs get loose and start eating everybody. Basically, the best way to describe it. At that point,
Jurassic
we're now.
Park is frightening in the dark. The dinosaurs are running wild.
And Weird Al Yankovic comes into this. I knew he would eventually. Yeah, honest truth, I love. This is based off of a book by an author named Michael Crichton. And Michael Crichton's one of my favorite authors. He really likes to touch on the science part of science fiction, and he really emphasizes that stuff. And I have to say, this movie alone, not the subsequent ones that came after, because the rest were just bad, but this one, the first one, was very much true to the book and very good. And I love the character development. Jeff Goldblum alone, Sam Neill, these two alone in these movies were just great in there. And so I have to say, I'm giving this two thumbs up. Edward, your thumbs?
Well, I'm sorry to you, Zandy. It's just it's one thumbs up, one thumbs down.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. It's awesome on the thumbs up part that it's in 3D. It's fantastic. It's great. But the thumbs down part is all because of a fat man behind a desk.
Newman!
Thank you. Screws up the entire system that spawned off 2 and 3. What the? And it gets eaten by a flippin' rattlesnake looking. The Dilophosaurus, thank you.
Rattlesnake looking.
Dilophosaurus.
And Edward, I love your description of it. Rattlesnake looking. Rattlesnake looking.
Obviously, you have not seen a rattlesnake before.
Maybe a king cobra looking, but go on, Edward. I'm sorry.
It made sound of the rattlesnake. It kind of made a sound of a rattlesnake. But I mean, I cannot believe it that the whole trilogy has been said by one fat man right behind a computer with glasses. Newman. I'm sorry.
You know there's going to be a fourth, right?
Well, I'd like to see the teaser before I start saying that thing, so. So, yeah, just one thumbs up, one thumbs down.
Xander?
2 thumbs up, because it's a classic Steven Spielberg movie, and it did great for... It was all... I think it was mostly practical effects, so... And they did a little CGI to clean it up, and it did well with that. So 2 thumbs up.
Then I bet you like it when Newman got chomped in the Jeep.
Yep. And Samuel L. Jackson died too.
That was kind of sad.
That is sad.
He had no character in the movie.
Would have get out of the movie, you know.
I know the one black guy in the whole movie. The last thing he gets is his arm.
That's how in my head canon, that's how I became Nick Fury. He didn't lose his arm, he lost his eye. And he survived. And he got off that island, he swam off that island and created S.H.I.E.L.D. That's my head canon.
I like that. Alright. Xander, what's our next movie on the list?
Our next movie is RoboCop, and I haven't seen it. Ever.
You have not seen RoboCop? Really?
Nope.
Well, I would not have...
Card.
I know. I feel like I need a corner of your geek card right now.
No. RoboCop is not needed, Slee.
RoboCop is a great geek movie. It has spawned a series. There's rumors that they're looking to come back and actually restart the movie series. It spawned a variety of comic books. They even have right now a crossover between RoboCop and Terminator.
And that's why the Terminators win. Because there's so many more of them.
RoboCop has a gun that doesn't ever lose bullets. Now what? And
you
also,
can have infinite bullets, but...
Did anyone notice that there was actually 2 cartoon series made from that whole trilogy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean... Oh, and also, throwing this out, there is actually a cosplayer whom I'm going with she actually put together pieces of the armor, and she will debut it on C2E2.
Nice. Look forward to seeing that. RoboCop is basically about a guy who dies and gets his body inducted into a new program that brings him back to life as a part man, part machine. Kind of like a cyborg living as a police officer, a robotics cop. And it follows his life at that point as he is trying to be one of the best cops he can be, and yet still stay in touch with his humanity and discover things about his creator and all that stuff. I will say this, I have to do one up, one down. Some of the CGI wasn't the best, the storyline could have been touched up a little bit better, but this is Detroit, and it's dark Detroit, like it's the slums of Detroit. It was awesome just kind of seeing them take the nitty-gritty of Detroit and be like, we'll just leave it the way it is and say it's the future now. And that's basically what they did. Because Detroit was not in good looks at the time. And I thought that overall it did a good job. So it's one up, one down. Edward, what do you say? Edward?
He's speechless. He
We
cannot
lost
think of a response for that. That is exactly how he feels about RoboCop.
He loved it so much. I hope you... Edward!
Guys.
There you
Guys.
are!
Well, now I know how Alex Murphy feels in RoboCop.
So, Edward, what are your thoughts
it's,
on RoboCop?
My thoughts were, in quote, that it got the idea of a man and robot cyborg kind of going on, and it was awesome and great. Plus, there was a series of cast. There was Kurtwood Smith, who was the villain. They introduced Peter Weller. Peter Weller being RoboCop, and Nancy. I forgot her last name. But she was also in Poltergeist 3. That was filmed in Chicago.
Not Nancy Lee DeMoss, is it?
Not too sure. But the coolest part is that they also not only introduced RoboCop, they also introduced the other machine. Is it Ed 2.0?
Yes.
Oh god, I can't believe I remember that. It's just how that began. It was awesome. Also, how they kill him off was hilarious. So yeah, 2 thumbs up on RoboCop.
We can move on.
All right, let's move on.
Ed, what is our next movie on the list?
Well, this next movie has given us a lot of thought, and a lot of people actually dress up in their jumpsuits. This movie is called Ghostbusters. The movie about 3 paranormal investigators turn paranormal exterminators overnight, and decided to do the whole exercising demons out of the household. And it turns out, towards the end of the movie, they actually battle a demon and blew up Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the process.
Zool.
Are you the geeky? Oh no, I'm not gonna say that. Even though this movie spawned a second,
Anyways, go on.
the movie spawned off a second movie.
And a
And
cartoon
spawn,
series.
Go on. Take 2 or 3 cartoon series.
Yep.
And gave out a video game.
And an RPG.
Yeah, I forgot the essential comic book for the Ghostbusters. It was in Dreamweaver Comics.
I think so.
I think it's the initials IDW.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my thoughts for this movie is 2 thumbs up, because you have Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, the guy who played Pac. No, because towards the end of the scene, he gets his just desserts. A whole pile of marshmallow drops on him.
Walter Peck.
Liquid marshmallow. Yeah. Yes, that man has no dick.
What I heard? So it's a 2 thumbs up for you, Ed? I didn't catch that.
Yes.
Okay. Xander?
2 thumbs up.
Alright. I'm going to say 2 thumbs up as well. This movie is one of my favorites. Well, I own it. Let's finish up. We're going to skip a few of these. We're going to do 2 more. How much more time do we have, Xander?
We have plenty of time. We're just almost reaching the hour mark.
Alright, let's keep going. The next movie, Xander, what is our next movie? Would you like... Yeah, Xander, what is our next movie?
E.T. I despise this movie with a passion.
I sense sarcasm in your voice.
What do you mean, sarcasm?
Do you really hate E.T.? How can you
Yes,
hate...
I despise E.T. Everyone's like, oh, it's so good of a movie. No, it's a piece of crap. It's not heartwarming. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. And it should not get any more attention than it deserves. It gets way more attention than it deserves. Steven Spielberg, this is probably one of your worst movies of all time. I don't understand why anyone likes it. It's boring. It's stupid.
A young Drew Barrymore, for goodness sakes.
Oh,
This is what
whip
got
the
me started.
frickin' do.
It's a great
Drew
movie.
Barrymore was in a movie when she was a child. Whip the frickin' do. So was...
This movie is an iconic alien movie. It helped break barriers.
No, it didn't. It was just stupid.
It showed the faults that man had of being how we react to things we don't understand.
Bullshit.
So I'm taking it. You're giving thumbs down.
I'm giving it
Xander.
2 thumbs down and 2 toes down too.
I don't think you can do toes. Wow.
Yes, because they did in Animaniacs, I'm doing 2 toes down as well. That's
well,
how
I think it's been clear. I have 2 thumbs up with this one. Edward, your
My
thoughts?
opinion of this is 1 thumbs up, but 1 thumbs down. But here's my reason for the thumbs down part. It is kind of pointless. Where we're talking about one alien exploring the whole facts of the human world that he get himself stranded to, and then like.
And he's also a retarded alien too.
As far as I know, it's just great on the storyline. Great knowing that Drew Barrymore had her beginning, as well as another actress, Miss Elnick. She was in the Beverly Hillbillies movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was also a young person too. Let's go. And knowing that this movie was awesome for young actors to take their break, so that's 1 thumbs up for that, but 1 thumbs down because the storyline was pointless for one alien to be stranded for days on it.
I can see what you're saying. Let's move on. Edward, what is our next movie?
Oh, the next one is Transformer.
Another alien movie! Yay! Sorry. Go on.
Deals with a guy named Sam Witwicky, not Witwacky, and it deals with him trying to buy his first car. It turns out his first car was an Autobot named Bumblebee, who got trashed brawling with another Decepticon.
Yep.
And then the rest of the came to Earth, and they have this huge battle in a downtown, while Sam was holding a thing called the Cube and kills Megatron with it. I really don't see how one little piece of Rubik's Cube looking thing kills a giant robot, brings it back later on, and then, well, to me, this is a thumbs up, thumbs down once again. Thumbs down because
It's the Allspark, though.
yeah, but I would understand if Optimus Prime shoved his sword up his sternum or compassed his head, but no, a little piece of shit takes down a huge robot.
With a Rubik's
And exactly. And the thumbs up part is it's awesome they brought Optimus Prime against Megatron. Awesome that they actually bring some of the staple famous Autobots against somewhat the unnecessary Decepticons, except for Starscream, and do the whole battle in the cities. It's like, yay! But if we're ever going to talk about number 3, whatever that is, I would say bullshit.
3 doesn't exist. 3 doesn't
Because
exist.
they took out Ironhide. No one takes out Ironhide. So Transformer is 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs out.
Wade? All right.
2 thumbs down.
You did not like the first movie?
No. It was the start to a bad trilogy that was, in fact, bad itself. There was not any good qualities in it.
Except for Megan Fox.
No, Megan Fox was probably the worst quality in it.
No, yeah.
The one good thing about 3 was that the actress that replaced her was a better actress.
And better looking, in my opinion,
Yeah.
too.
And she didn't have toe thumbs.
Thumbs up?
So, I have to do 1 up, 1 down. Down is kind of that same thing. Like, Megan Fox should not have been in the movie. Michael Bay doesn't know what he's doing with these movies. I had a lot of issues, but not only did I enjoy seeing certain characters as far as the Autobots and Decepticons go back, the person they had doing the voice for Optimus Prime was the same actor who did the voice in the original cartoon. And when you go to the lengths to get back that guy, as a fan of the original Transformers, you really play much to my heart. And so that definitely... So there we go. 1 up, 1 down. Alright, our final movie for the night for reviewing, and I'm hoping that we are all going to be in agreement on this after I describe it and say the name. The movie is The Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio's, whatever his name is, worst film ever made about a very historical event. Can I do 10 thumbs down?
Yes, if I can do 10 thumbs down for E.T.
No.
Then no.
It's just, it's a 3-hour movie about a ship that sank in an hour. We didn't need a 3-hour movie about that. I'm sorry, we really didn't. It was very, I was dragged to see it in theaters, and I've seen it once. That's all.
Yes, I agree. It's an overrated, mediocre plot that women flocked to see and made popular.
And what's more, it was done by an amazing director. That's what killed me.
Yes, it pisses me off because he makes more money on his bad movies than he makes on his good movies, which really pisses me off.
Terminator, Aliens, like, these were great movies. And then
Terminator 2.
Huh?
Terminator 2.
Exactly. And then he made Titanic. And then after that he made
Avatar.
Pocahontas in Space.
Space, Pocahontas, Ferngully.
So, yeah, 2 thumbs down on Bob. Yes, Edward, please be honest.
Which I agree with you guys. It's 2 thumbs down. I mean, for God's sakes, it's just for a couple hours. I could have done a movie for half an hour and it'd still get good ratings. Because it's just a wonderful machine that gets sunk by a chunk of ice. I'm gotta agree with you guys. It's 2 thumbs down.
All right. Any other comments on the movie? I really didn't want to dwell. I left that one for the last. That
Oh.
I dwelled on long.
Oh, Mythbusters have proven Leonardo's character would have survived with what they had. So the movie itself is busted.
But he could have climbed up on that thing. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
They could have used both their life jackets, tied it to the bottom of that thing. They both would have been perfectly fine.
They proved that she was self-centered. Gosh.
And he was stupid.
Very. Oh. All right. So this was our tribute to Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert was a man who I've always looked up to, and I hope that this has been a tribute, and we might do this again sometime down the road with another guest host or whatnot.
Technically,
Guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Technically, isn't our whole review show technically a tribute to them? Since we're kind of doing, we're doing something similar, not exactly the same, but similar.
Similar, except we're looking at things that come.
We talk about all movies, not just comic book movies.
I know we don't.
Well,
I know.
Really,
Yes,
it's because of them that we have shows like this or other internet review shows. So, on to the C2E2 giveaway! Yay!
Hold on. Edward, are you there? I think we've lost Edward.
Actually, I kind of lost you guys.
You're back. Okay. So yeah, let's finish this up. So y'all who have been listening to this, I don't know why I just suddenly went Southern on you guys. I apologize. That was a little weird.
Stupid Southerners.
Right? I know. Who would want to live in a southern state?
Yeah, I hate Southern states.
I have to say the worst.
You know Texas isn't a Southern state, right?
So here's
Even though we're in the most South, but we are not considered a Southern state.
Alright.
It's
So here's the
hysterical.
thing. Friends, fans, the 2 of you that we have, this is, Box Office Dialogue has loved all things good and nerdy for a long time. And me and Xander actually met, oddly enough, me, Xander, and Edward at random times, not together. Me and Xander, and then me and Edward have met at C2E2. And so there's a bond there. And we love C2E2 so much that we've decided to give away a 3-day weekend pass for free.
And I accept it.
Wade is not getting it. Neither is the little puppy. You can't goad me with show me a little cute puppy and think you're going to automatically get it. No. Why are you biting the puppy?
It's called playing with a puppy and cut.
Cut.
I would agree with Andy. I concur with this wonderful giveaway.
So here's what's going to happen. Over the next 2 weeks that we have, I will be posting on my Tumblr, Red Lantern's Truth. I will have a link in the Box Office Dialogue Facebook page, as well as connected to this video. Hopefully, Xander will get it out quickly. Future Xander, hurry up.
If he doesn't keep talking to me in the future, it will go a lot faster.
And so, throughout it, I'll be posting videos. I will be posting comments and stuff, pictures. All these things will be clues as to where I will be on April 25th, the day before C2E2 starts, where I will be and where I'll be and how to find me so you can get this. And so basically, you'll have more or less, if you're wanting this, you'll be needing to do a scavenger hunt to find me. You put together the clues, search me out. The first person to get to me will get this, and I'll make it known that they've received it. Edward, you, I believe, are doing you have a Twitter, correct? Is that right?
Yes, I actually have a Twitter handle. It's at LoneTechX, and that's going to be one of the many things I'm going to do during C2E2. I'm going to do a live feed while I'm doing my shift, and hopefully bring a somewhat broadcast to those who can't make it to the show.
But I'm gonna.
Therefore,
I was going to say, I'm going to be roping Edward in, and his Twitter will also be posting some of the clues as well. And so, most likely the clues that I'm posting, I will have him repost and have him be a part of. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, get this word out. If you're listening to this and you already are going to see 2 weeks, but you know someone who wants to go and maybe they financially couldn't make it, get the word out to them. If they're in the Chicagoland area, they want to go, this is a great opportunity for them to get a free 3-day weekend pass. That runs right now, I think the cost is like $65 online. You're getting it for free. And you get a lot of stuff with that. You get in and you get to see great people. And so, yeah, be on my Tumblr, Red Lantern's Truth. Follow Box Office Dialog, as well as listen to our next, actually, oddly enough, our next live recording will be in 2 weeks at C2E2. Is that correct, Wade?
Yeah, yes, it will be. Unless, for some reason, we can't do it then.
We should be able to, and I might even have an even cooler guest host.
And even cooler guest host.
Not that our guest host now isn't cool.
A top secret guest host, maybe?
Huh?
A top secret guest host, perhaps?
Yes, a very top secret guest host, if I can convince him. I gotta work on that.
or her.
No, I'm rather certain that won't happen. One, because if you listen to our first episode, Wade was very rude about her. Ray, why did you insult Felicia Day?
What? I never insulted Oh yeah, Felicia Day, yeah.
So that's what it is. So be paying attention to Tumblr. Pay attention to Box Office Dialog's Facebook page. Yeah, anything else you guys want to put in?
I got nothing, because I just want to do a live feed for myself, but since I'm helping you out, I'm gonna do my best.
Fingers crossed for next year having a table or panel at C2E2.
Yes. And as I always say, folks, stay nerdy.
And you go to the box office, and we'll do the dialogue.